Diogo, what does it mean to you to score for Liverpool on your Premier League debut for them?
Well, it's an amazing feeling, of course. I just wish it could be with a full stadium. That would be even more special, but I'm very pleased to help the team and seal the result. That was the case. Most important, the victory, of course.
Did you have a couple of half chances just before that?
Yeah, it's football. Sometimes we score, sometimes we miss. We just have to keep on going. Believe always that we're going to score, and fortunately I did, and I could help the team.
What were the manager's instructions when you came on?
Yeah, just to keep pressing like we were doing and be happy with the ball. Do whatever I used to do, and that's what I try to do, play good football and press without the ball.
How difficult would it be for you to force your way into this Liverpool attack?
Well, it's not up to me to decide that. Obviously, the manager, I'll do my job every day in training, hard work, and obviously on match days, try to do my best and help the team.
Obviously a great start as well is, of course, scoring a goal as well. I'm sure you're hoping it's the first of many for Liverpool, but what does it mean to get the first one away?
Yeah, the first one is always the hardest one. Just to keep on going, that's the most important. So now I have one, I want more.
Also, the fact that goal puts Liverpool above Everton, so you're forever popular in these parts.
Yeah, we are pretty much in the beginning, so 3 games, just the beginning. We just want to keep going and get the 3 points in the next game.
Great moment, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It certainly is. He's only the 13th Liverpool player in the Premier League era to score on his debut. You've got to be a good player to be on that list. Third on it.
Third. I mean, and he spoke really well, didn't he? I really like what he had to say there. Very, grounded, respectful. He's coming into a team that are full of stars, the Premier League winners. So he might have to bide his time to get plenty of opportunities. But the manager's already given him a few minutes there, the earliest opportunity, and he's grabbed his chance. So, it's a fantastic start for the young lad.
At the age of 23, for 40 million in today's
magnificent
market.
Business from Liverpool. When I heard it, I totally get it. When you watch him against Wolves and the way he pressed, and the fact his work rate, his eye for a goal like we saw tonight, and when you look at his kind of emergence, it's the same as almost like the same as Mane's when Mane was at Southampton. When you look at their records, and you look at what Mane is achieving up to this point. If Diogo Jota can get into this team and, like he said, all the right things there, just work hard in training and get there, he is going to be unbelievable for Liverpool because he's got everything. And it's another unbelievable signing that they've made.
Right, you mentioned pressing there. Liverpool doing that tonight, you touched on it at full time, that really prevented Arsenal getting out. Big theme of the night.
They strangled the life out of them. And you know what? Full credit to Arsenal because they continued to try. Because what's the alternative? You go long, and then how are you going to progress as a team? But they had the right intentions, but you're just playing against the best team in the business for closing a team down. They've done it against the best all around the world. And it's perfection. It really is. Whether they pick it up in midfield, whether they win it up front, pick it up in midfield, or they pick it up at the back. No matter what, they end up picking the ball up. You're just giving possession away all the time. The way they move, the way they close down, they don't always chase the ball. They fill in holes. They squeeze play into a certain area where they know players are going to be vulnerable. I mean, it's just unbelievable to watch. And I actually felt sorry for Arsenal in a way, but I also applauded them for continuing to try to do the right thing. They just met their match.
I think that when you looked at those instances, you're right, Michael, and it's almost it felt like a training game for Liverpool in respects of, OK, we're going to play, you lot try and get out and we're going to press you everywhere. What you could see with that was from everywhere, the different people moving forward because Arsenal was starting from so deep. But what was more evident for me with Arsenal is that we didn't have that person in the midfield who's comfortable enough on the ball, till maybe Dani Ceballos came on and done pretty well, who can pass the ball to him and he's comfortable to receive it with somebody maybe up his back. He might be able to turn it around the corner. And then from there, Arsenal can try and play. We can't do that at the moment because this is why it's imperative that they get OR, maybe from Lyon, somebody like that who can get on the ball and get the forwards going. Because you saw a couple of chances that were created for Arsenal today by Dani Ceballos when he came on. And that is what Arsenal need. And Michael's right with that pressing. You literally, with Liverpool, it's just a matter of time, like in the training games, before you win the ball and then you give it back. You give it back to the mid. And they just like put us under pressure. And like I said, they had a couple more gears.
And that's a really interesting point you've made too. If Arsenal aren't able to get that player before the deadline, does that change that philosophy in a way for you then?
Yeah, it does. I think what we've seen is that on Arsenal's day, and, Arsenal kept it to 3-1 today. And like I say, Liverpool do look like they had more. But at times before, Arsenal would probably have really collapsed under Emery. They would have collapsed. Latter stages of Arsene Wenger, they probably would have collapsed. It's so much more organised now. But what's happening now with the organisation is they need the right pieces in there. And this is, if they can't get that player, then that's what's going to happen. We'll beat the Fulhams. Of course we will. We'll beat the teams in and around that middle area because we've got the forwards, like someone like Aubameyang, who maybe if he got the chance, they might have taken it. We can beat those teams. But when we come up against that calibre of team, then that's where you see where Arsenal will struggle.
For Arsenal's goal, I know there was a mistake at the end of it, but it did come right from that particular instance.
Yeah, because they've shown it. And like Michael said in the first half there, you look at where they are, and yes, Liverpool are pressing, but this is what you do. You make the move, you get inside there. Now, this is where the space is. Can you hit it forward? Yes. So all of a sudden, Arsenal where they want to be. They've got their pace. They've got their guys going forward. This is the luck, because this is a poor ball from Maitland-Niles. He gets the luck there, and then even more luck to finish. But it wasn't lucky in the way it was meant to be, because that is the only way that Arsenal are going to penetrate Liverpool today, is if they could break the press and then try and get in.
Michael's gone to the table. What did you make of that?
Well, I think Wrighty's absolutely right. But what I do love about Arsenal is I think if you're going to get to the next level, I think you've got to go through a bit of pain along the way. It's easy to keep it tight, to go long, to clear your lines, put men behind the ball and make it difficult. But Liverpool were like this. Liverpool used to give away goals. They were 3-0 up at half the time, and then ended up, conceding 3 goals and drawing 3-3 in Klopp's early time. What did he do? Did he change his philosophy? No. He just thought, right, this is how I'm going to play, and now I'm going to get the players to fit into these positions. Go and get Virgil van Dijk. Go and get Alisson. Whenever there's a problem, but you don't change the philosophy and the way you play. And I just think that's what I really admired about Arsenal tonight. And if we just look at the goal, they couldn't get out. 9 times out of the 10, they couldn't get out. But they kept trying. And if we just slow it down around here, yeah, they get a bit of luck. This is... but that ball there, if we just take it back a little bit, this is the ball of the game. Now, this doesn't happen unless they try to play out. The one ball in football that you don't want is that ball that comes through the lines. Now, Arsenal, look how brave they are. They've got 3 up front already. And just because they played, they get this opportunity. And again, if I stop it here, Liverpool are very top-heavy when they're defending from the front. Look at this. They've got 6 players out of the game through that one pass, basically. And they're against 5 players at the back for Arsenal. So Leeds showed it at Anfield in the first game of the season. If you're brave enough, if you can beat that press with good skill, good confidence on the ball, then you can hurt this Liverpool team. And that's exactly what they did for the goal. Now, I'm not saying, if it can be a cricket score, but if you're going to progress and you want to be the best type of team, like a Manchester City, like a Liverpool, that's the next stage for Arsenal. Don't bottle it now. Now you've done it. Now you're almost showing the way that you want to play, passing out from the back. And I think it's really commendable that Arteta, no matter what, he's being brave and he's playing the way he wants to play. Now, probably need 1 or 2 different players to be able to get to that next level. But the actual way they're playing is the right way. Don't give up now.
And that's a really interesting analogy Michael makes with Jurgen Klopp's first 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
And let's remember, Mikel Arteta's still in that period as Arsenal manager, that he took time to get those players, to get the ones he wanted in his system and the way he wanted to play.
Yeah, and what we have to also commend Liverpool on is the way they do their business. They go for a player, they actually pinpoint the player they want, and they've got exactly what they wanted. The goalkeeper, Virgil van Dijk, now Thiago. And you have to say Thiago Alcantara now into that mix. When you look at how that team played there, it really is starting to look very tantalising, and that will only give Liverpool even more of of a lift because they see what they're capable of. You could take Mane off, you bring Jota on now, and like they still look really like brilliant. And Mo Salah was brilliant today. Again, Fabinho was great. So you look at Liverpool and you're thinking to yourself, are they going to get Thiago? And if they do get him, how's that going to change them? It's going to give them another option of beating a team through the middle of the pitch now, because we've seen what they're capable of doing on the wings with Mo Salah coming in and cutting inside it. But now with Thiago and then Firmino in the middle and then playing in there, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. You know what I mean? As long as Arsenal finish in and around there, if they can get the players, then it's going to be tough for anybody to beat Liverpool this season.
That goal for Arsenal, of course, 2.5 minutes later, they were level. From an Arsenal point of view, first of all, Righty, what did you think about that equaliser? What could have Arsenal done better?
Well, the thing is, when you see it, you look at the way it went, and when we see it from the other angle, there's a couple of instances where you think to yourself, OK, don't go. Don't go, because Trent Alexander has got too much time on the ball, and when he's got that much, there it is. What you wanted there is Maitland-Niles to say, I'm not going to go. You want Xhaka to pull back a little bit. You want to kind of like condense the area so Liverpool can't make the moves that they wanted to make. Because in the end, they've got so much quality because he had time on the ball. Yes, they got a little bit of luck, or they could have got a foul. But what happened is that they take advantage of the fact that you've pulled someone out of the space. Xhaka's not across, so he's chasing back. You got Maitland-Niles, like I say, who's gone out there. Tierney's now got to go out. He's committed, and he's the one that Mo Salah then beat. And so what happens is that Liverpool take you into a place where you're not comfortable, and then Mo Salah does the great stuff. They get a bit of luck off the goalkeeper and they score. They're back in the game. But like sometimes I think that you've just got to say, I'm not going to go out there because it just looks like he's got time. Leave him. He's a quality player. Don't try and put him under pressure when you're going to get there and have to stop, and you've just taken yourself out of the game.
Having said that, when Liverpool are like that, how difficult is it in that decision-making that Righty's talking about for the opposition?
Well, it is, because to start with, Steve, if we just move this play on a little bit, a lot of people watch football and think, why do teams play it around the back? And the reason they do it is to try to find gaps, whether it be come out wide here to play balls in. Remember, these are the killer balls into the attacking bodies. They're the killer balls. So when Virgil van Dijk here just changes the angle, plays it across to Trent, and now this is what Righty's on about. Again, this is now the killer ball for Arsenal. You can see Xhaka. Xhaka's here. He's already pointing, saying, don't let that one go through. So that's the killer ball. Now, Righty's saying maybe Maitland-Niles cannot go. Maybe he could have come back here. I'll use a different arrow. Maybe he could have just stayed back at home and stayed in here and blocked that pass. Because at the moment, Arsenal are actually quite safe and happy. Xhaka's pointing, he knows where that's going to go, and the ball goes in. Now, that kills about 6 players. Yes, Keita's touch is not perfect, and he gets a little bit of luck. Special word as well for the referee and the assistant for playing the advantage. And now I just want to go take that back a little bit as well. Just look here. What's Sadio Mane thinking in all of this? He's thinking, I can get a little pass here, but then as soon as he takes it, another little touch, Mo Salah, he thinks, nah, that is now beginning to get blocked. Now where's the opportunity? Well, he's probably going to shoot, so I'm probably going to have to get in and around there. Maybe, might come off the goalkeeper. Look at him. Yeah. He's proactive, he's instinctive, he knows where the ball's going to go. And Righty touched on it before. This lad is just becoming, I mean, he's world-class already.
Is he the best player in the Premier League at the moment?
He is.